English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Welcome to August, a brand new month here on Power English.
Yeah. We're burning up.
Yeah, that's
here in August.
Well, the thing I feel is that when August rolls around, it does get very hot, but I feel the humidity kind of dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more bearable. You know, recently, Cameron, well, we were raised with using Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Right? And now I've lived long enough in Korea with Celsius. However, there are some times when I don't quite grasp, like, what is the degree in Fahrenheit? I don't check it.
Yeah.
So if it's like, oh, it's 33 degrees here in Korea, I don't know. I don't think about equating it to Fahrenheit. But recently, I kind of went into a rabbit hole, and I was like, what is 30 degrees in Fahrenheit? And it was like 86 degrees.
86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
30 degrees Celsius.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then like 36 was like 96 degrees. And so I was thinking back when I lived in LA, what that was like. And in the summer, we had a lot of over 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So a lot of 34, 35, 36, even 37. So I thought, oh, okay. I don't know. It just kind of put things into perspective. Isn't that strange?
It is true. It's kind of like language in a way. Or even, I do the same thing with money. I think when I first came here, if something was like 1,000won, I would think, okay, how much is that in US dollars? But now, I just think in the won.
Yeah.
I can't think in
dollars.
Yeah. Especially like housing prices. Housing I've basically only done in Korea.
Me too.
So if it's like, I don't know, 여덕원 or whatever that I'm paying to rent or whatever, I can understand that. But I hear prices in America of like what a house is to rent.
Yes.
And I have no idea what that means.
That is true.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Okay. All right. So enough chit-chat. We are beginning on a Friday, and this month we are negotiating a freelance contract.
Yes.
And the subtitle is Before We Talk Numbers. So when you're about to put a contract together, sure, like pay, all of that is important. But before we talk numbers, and what does numbers in this context mean?
So in a contract, maybe the most important thing is all of the numbers.
Right.
How many months or years, what you will be paid. When does it start?
How many
when does
hours?
it end? So when we say numbers here, we're talking about the details of the contract. So if you say before we talk numbers, you're saying before we get into the details.
Okay, here are some expressions that we're going to cover. We talked about talking numbers. How about ballpark figure?
This is an estimate.
Okay.
We're not giving the detail. We're giving a broad number.
Okay. And how about put in the hours?
You're going to work hard to do something. You're going to put a lot of time, invest time into doing something.
Very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
So, Earl, before we talk numbers, I'd love to hear more about the scope of the project.
Sure. I need a complete revamp of my website and new blog content for the next 3 months.
That's helpful. Based on that, I'd say we're looking at a ballpark figure of 40 hours over 3 weeks.
Do you think you'll need to put in the hours mostly up front or spread them out?
Mostly up front, to get the design and structure done first. Then I can shift to content.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, let's take a look at our power dialogue. You can find it on page 8. Negotiating a freelance contract before we talk numbers. Haley begins, so Earl, before we talk numbers, I'd love to hear more about the scope of the project. Okay, so as you mentioned earlier, Cameron,
yes,
talk numbers basically means the details, especially regarding numbers too.
Right.
How many hours? Like, what's the deadline? What's the pay?
Yeah. What are the penalties?
The penalties if I break the contract.
Right.
Okay. Now, what does she mean by I want to hear more about the scope of the project?
So scope here is about how big it is.
Yeah.
And this is really important.
It sure is.
Because I've signed contracts before for a job I thought was small.
Yeah.
And
later,
it was not small.
It was not small.
It was a very large project.
And a very long project. Yes.
And there were not enough zeros in the amount I was being paid.
That's right.
Yes.
So scope of the project. She wants to know how big this project is. And Earl says, sure, I need a complete revamp of my website and new blog content for the next 3 months. Okay, so Earl is hiring Haley to redesign the website.
Yes.
Revamp means to kind of redesign. And also the blog content. Okay, and Haley says?
That's helpful. Based on that, I'd say we're looking at a ballpark figure of 40 hours over 3 weeks.
Okay, so based on that is our power pattern. So based on that, if you say this, there's something before that comes.
Yes.
After, and then you say, based on what you just heard.
Right. So basically, Earl has said what needs to be done, and Haley says, okay, so knowing that, this is the decision.
That's it.
If the information you said is what we are going with, then this is my response.
Yes, that's right. And so Haley is trying to figure out how big or how long this is going to take her. Okay? And she says, I'd say we're looking at a ballpark figure of 40 hours over 3 weeks. Okay. So she's like, okay, this is how long it's going to take me.
Yes.
But I'm not sure. It's a ballpark figure. That's our expression. It has something to do with baseball?
Kind of.
Okay.
I don't know the actual origin of this phrase. It is from baseball, and it means a rough estimate.
Yeah.
It just kind of comes from, I don't know, in the past, however many decades earlier, there were a lot of baseball fans in business.
Yes.
And so there are a lot of business terms.
With baseball. It is true.
You really hit that presentation out of the park.
Out of the park, yeah. Like a home run.
Yeah. All those types of things.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So here, a ballpark figure is just an estimate.
Yes.
Okay. And then Earl says,
do you think you'll need to put in the hours mostly up front or spread them out?
Okay. Good question. Do you think you'll need to put in the hours mostly up front or spread them out? First of all, let's talk about putting in the hours. So if you put in the hours, what are you doing?
You are using your time. You're making a time investment. And here we're just talking about working, right? Just doing the work you need to do.
Right.
The amount of time you said you would have to do it.
Yes.
There is an extra expression here often used with training or practice. Like if you want to be a professional dancer.
Yeah.
We often say you have to put in the hours.
Yes.
You don't become a world-class dancer doing 1 hour a day.
Remember 10,000 hours.
Yes, exactly.
Put in those hours.
Put in those hours means you're going to have to get those 10,000 hours of practice in.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
They put in those hours.
Totally.
Yeah, that's right. So put in the hours is like putting in the effort, literally. I mean, and literally putting in the hours, like doing the hours of practice.
Yeah, it's the feeling of you can't pay someone to do this for you. There's no easy way out.
Yeah.
You've got to use that time.
All right. So, do you need to put in the hours up front or spread them out? So what is he saying? Up front is our power vocab.
Up front can mean beforehand or in the first stages.
Like immediately.
Right. So is her workload going to be pretty much the same throughout the entire time? or is she going to have to do most of the work at the beginning?
Yes, that's right. And so Haley says mostly up front to get the design and structure done first. Then I can shift to content. So the design part, it's up front. It's going to be like in the first week or so, or first couple of days. Then she works on the content. And Earl says that sounds reasonable. So this is kind of like how they start out talking about finding a rate, you know, giving out or like laying out the details of the contract.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
So, Earl, before we talk numbers, I'd love to hear more about the scope of the project.
Sure. I need a complete revamp of my website and new blog content for the next 3 months.
That's helpful. Based on that, I'd say we're looking at a ballpark figure of 40 hours over 3 weeks.
Do you think you'll need to put in the hours mostly up front or spread them out?
Mostly up front, to get the design and structure done first. Then I can shift to content.
That sounds reasonable.
Time for Power Note. Please turn to pages 10 and 11. If you talk numbers, you're saying, let's talk about or discuss prices, the costs, the financial details. I love your design ideas. When can we talk numbers?
Let's meet tomorrow and I'll give you a full estimate.
Yeah. So instead of saying like, how much is it? What's the cost? Right? It feels very kind of direct. You could say it.
Yeah.
But in sort of kind of like a smaller project, like, let's talk numbers. Okay. Let's sit down and talk numbers before we move forward.
So yeah, this is often used in mostly business.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So it could be some like very serious business meeting.
Yeah.
But maybe you're throwing a party. So you have a caterer.
Yeah.
And you want to talk numbers.
Sure.
How many chickens do you need?
Yeah.
How many fish do you need? You know? Like the actual number of plates you're going to need.
Right.
How many hours the party will be going on. That sort of thing. You could also say talk numbers.
Talk numbers. Very good. Okay, so I think this is very useful, especially when you are in the world of business.
Yep.
And then say like, oh, how much is it going to, let's talk numbers. It's a very business sort of term.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Ballpark figure is an approximate rate.
Yeah.
It's an estimate. Not 100%, but maybe 80.
Yeah, and it's often about budget-related things.
Yes.
You can see it in other places, but it's usually about how much money you will probably have to pay.
Okay. Do you have a ballpark figure for the catering costs?
Around $1,500, but I'll confirm after talking to the chef.
Yeah. So I think it's a great idea to use these expressions, talk numbers. Do you have a ballpark figure as to how much it's going to cost? I think it's a great way to just, it's not necessarily like more polite, but I think it's a great term to use just to soften it a little bit.
Yeah, there is some difference between saying, do you have an estimate?
Yeah.
Versus, do you have a ballpark figure?
Yeah.
It almost feels like you're more comfortable. Right?
Right.
It just, even though the meaning's the same, because you're using this kind of more special terminology, it feels like this isn't my first time negotiating.
Yeah.
So like,
can you give me, it's
I'm
very casual.
Yeah.
Give me a ballpark
Just
figure.
a ballpark figure.
Yeah, there's confidence behind that question.
Because it's a very native sounding.
It is.
If I was talking to someone and said, can I have an estimate? I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't feel any different. But if, let's say a Korean person, non-native English speaker said, can I get a ballpark figure? I'd be like, whoa.
Whoa, that sounds very native.
Okay, this is not their first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give me a ballpark figure for the renovations?
That's going to be like $5 million.
Oh, forget it.
That golden staircase is not cheap, Kristen.
Oh, you're so quick, Cameron.
Yeah.
I tell you. So a ballpark figure for renovation, a contract, catering costs, like a wedding planner. You can say, what's a ball, could you give me your ballpark figure for the wedding cost? How much do you charge? That sort of thing.
Yeah, it's almost always money related, budget related.
Yeah.
You can sometimes use it for, this is a ballpark figure, but we think we'll sell about 10,000 units.
Right.
It's possible, but it's almost always about some kind of estimate or budget you're giving.
Right. So I think this is really great when you want to get an idea of kind of get a feel for what they're going to charge.
Right.
But it's not 100%. But at least you know a little bit. Oh, okay, I can expect to pay this much.
Yes.
Ballpark figure. Great expression. Now, if you put in the hours, you're spending a lot of time working on something. Okay, you're looking really fit. You're in good shape.
Thanks. I've really been putting in the hours at the gym.
Oh, is that what happens when you are in shape?
It's that extra testosterone, Kristen.
It's the muscle talking.
There's so many muscles in my neck. It's made my voice deeper.
Yes. She really put in the hours to make that presentation perfect.
Yes.
Okay? So, when I hear this expression, put in the hours, it really does feel like you put a lot of effort, energy, and hard work into something.
Yes. You didn't do very quickly.
Yeah.
Not a lot of effort.
Yeah. It's not just about working the hours, but if you put in the hours, there's a lot of effort involved.
Yes. You can put in the hours at the office.
Yeah.
And this just means you're at the office working a lot.
Yeah.
You don't leave early.
That's right.
You show everyone that you're there until the project's done.
That's right, yeah. And I like to say that we put in our hours here at Power English.
Yeah, we are in the studio a lot.
EBS, yeah.
We are.
That's right, we're putting in the hours. All right, based on that is our power pattern.
So whatever you are about to say, it's because of information you have just received.
Yes, that's right. Based on that, we can expect the stock market to go up today.
Oh, good news.
Okay.
Based on that, the chance of rain this week is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weather report, maybe there was a special report. Okay. I really like this expression, up front. If you do something up front, it means that you do it like at the beginning of a process.
Yes.
So sometimes when you want a service, they want to be paid up front.
Yeah,
Meaning, yes.
Yeah.
That's also a meaning.
Right.
That's
Before you actually do the work, you want to be paid.
That is the word. Okay, so do check out the definition on page 12, and please stop by.
오디오 어학당.
Okay, pay a very small monthly fee to access a lot of our EBS radio programs. And hopefully your day goes well today. We'll be at Evening Special at 6 p.m., so please join us then. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.